At 10 News Weather Authority from the JES Weather Center.
Good evening, meteorologist Sarah Osterbein here, and we are currently taking a look at our Virginia Tech Skycam. Very, very cloudy. You can barely see what's going on. It's basically just an empty parking lot, but we're seeing loads of moisture all around the area. Now, we are mostly seeing the rain be done, but as we go later into the evening, mainly into tomorrow morning, we're actually going to be seeing our next round of rain. That said, once we get into the evening hours of tomorrow, we're actually going to see some sunshine. It's going to be a bit drier, also a bit warmer. But once we go into the next week, we're actually going to be dropping back into the 40s. Now, as I was saying, it's very, very cloudy. It's starting to pick up on radar. This is looping over the past 3 hours. So you can see the fog really picking up in Blacksburg, starting to shift over towards Roanoke. And that is going to be the case overnight into tomorrow morning. So if you're heading out early in the morning, make sure you give yourself a little bit of extra time. It's going to be very, very low visibility early on, especially. Now, taking a look at the futurecast, seeing that rain come back in right around 1 a.m., especially down in the New River Valley, going to shift more towards the eastern portions of the viewing area right around 5 a.m., become a little bit more widespread. At this point, it is still looking to be decently scattered. We could see some very heavy rain come from this, though, especially up in Lynchburg around this time. Blacksburg could also see a little bit of heavy rain around this time as well. Now, once we get into the more daylight hours, we will be seeing it be very isolated, and we'll see a couple heavy bands of it mainly down in South Side, but it will be kind of scattered about and be very short-lived, because once we get into about 10 a.m., it's going to start drying up substantially. Now, at this point, South Boston could still see some rain, but we're going to clear out. We're going to see lots of sunshine, actually, once we get into the early afternoon portion of Friday. There is a little bit of stratus coverage, but not that much moisture at this time of the day, but very short-lived. Once we go into the evening hours of Friday, we'll start to see those clouds build up, and then the rain will come back for Saturday really early on, right around 2 a.m. South side will be pretty much widespread rain at this point. It's going to be pretty light at this time, but it's going to pick up temporarily as we go into the earlier portions of Saturday, 6 a.m. Once again, clearing out as we go into the afternoon. This time we're actually going to be seeing that moisture stick around, though, seeing a lot more overcast in this scenario. And then as we go into Sunday, it's going to be another similar situation. Now, this did update today. That said, it did not, and it does not account for any rain that we saw today. It's accounting for any rain we saw within the past week. Unfortunately, we are still in a drought, very severe drought as we go towards the east, and it's less dramatic as you go towards the west, but still very dry. The only exception or the only change that happened from this drought monitor is mainly Lexington. They are no longer in a severe drought. They're seeing a more moderate drought, but that said, still looking to be very dry across all regions. Temperatures tonight not going to be getting too much cooler from here. South Boston getting down to 48, Roanoke 47, Hot Springs 41, and Independence we'll see a low temperature of 51 tonight. As we go into tomorrow, it's going to be great weather because we're going to see lots of sunshine, at least in the afternoon portion, and we're getting into the 60s and even 70s here in South Boston. 71-degree high in South Boston, 68 in Roanoke, 60 in Hot Springs, and 62 in Independence. And as we look ahead into the next couple of days, it's unfortunately not going to be sticking around, because once we get to Sunday, we are going to be seeing a 43-degree high. So taking a look at your next 7 days, we're going to be seeing on and off rain for the next few days going into the weekend, and then dry up as we go into Monday.